How's it going, everyone? Hope you guys are all doing well, having a nice holiday. So I'm just going to touch on one of the topics that happened in the match today. Obviously, Manchester United were comfortably beaten at home by Newcastle in what was an awful performance. And after about 30 minutes in that match, Joshua Zirkzee got substituted and he got jeered by a lot of his own fans. So yeah, we're going to discuss that today. Obviously, before we get started, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It really helps the channel grow, so thank you very much. Fans that are jeering Joshua Zirkzee are wrong in my opinion. Look, I give my opinion all the time. Some people are going to agree with it, some people are not. But I think to actually boo a young player at home, you know, someone that's already struggling with confidence, you can see it in his performances. He's a new player, he's a young player, and you know, is he even as bad as people are saying? You know, was he that much worse than other players I'm watching? To me, I don't think so. Now, I want to preface this by saying Joshua Zirkzee plays the same exact position as Rasmus Højlund. So Joshua Zirkzee today was actually playing out of position, and you saw Rasmus, who's been here longer than him and cost a lot more money than him. Are you telling me, you know, the treatment that Joshua Zirkzee gets and Rasmus doesn't get, is that fair to you? You know, are you seeing a striker in Rasmus Højlund that is this a guy that's really going to take us forward? And I think as a fan base, we just get way too caught up in this. I feel like now Joshua Zirkzee, you know, he will be made the scapegoat. Really, I was watching that match and I would have taken off Eriksen. Eriksen was absolutely appalling. And from minute one, how Eriksen lasted 90 minutes in that game, I will never ever know. You can look at someone like Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez had the captain's armband. He was actually wearing the captain's armband today. For Lisandro Martinez to wear the Manchester United captain's armband, that may be the best privilege that he ever has in his football career. Lisandro Martinez, for I don't know how long now, has been absolutely awful. His performance today was shocking. The first goal after 4 minutes, he is staring at Isak. He's looking at him. I think in fairness to Martinez, I think he said something to Harry Maguire, but you can't just say something to Maguire and let Isak go in between you two. Get tight to him. Get closer to him. Put him off of it. You can't, and you're giving Isak a free header 6 yards away from goal. You know, that's supposed to be our captain. Goal number 2. A simple cross into the box, and he just lets Joe Linton just wander into that box and just get in front of him. I mean, Lisandro Martinez was terrible. He had every right to come off after 30 minutes. So, you know, I just don't want this. And you know, what's happened now is a new player in Joshua Zirkzee who, regardless of what you think about him as a player, we have to give him more time. You know, Ruben Amorim easily could have substituted Eriksen. Eriksen should not even be here. She should not be getting any minutes in that Manchester United team. Eriksen is finished at this level. And in my opinion, he was never even good enough at a number 8 anyway. He can't run. You know, take off Eriksen. Because at least with Eriksen, you should never ever play him again. Eriksen to me is in the exact same position as Johnny Evans. You use him if you absolutely have to. If not, he should never ever be playing. So Eriksen wasn't good enough. Lisandro Martinez was terrible. Mazraoui is also a new player. And Mazraoui, in fairness to him, has actually been good for a good portion of this season. But today, I'm watching him and, you know, there's just no excuse for this. Goal number 2. He's giving Anthony Gordon, who is a very good winger, 15 yards of space. He's giving him 15 yards of space. Anthony Gordon is running at him, checks back onto his right foot. Mazraoui allows him to check back onto his strong foot. And he doesn't even attempt to block the cross. And, you know, this is just basic football. These are basics that these players are not even getting correct. And you can just go through that team. And, you know, the shocking thing is you go through that team and, you know, who is good enough for this club? Seriously, who do you see out there that is good enough? You know, and this is the thing. Joshua Zirkzee, did he deserve to get taken off? Before anyone else? Not really, in my opinion. And, you know, I just feel like we're so quick to scapegoat him. And like I said, you know, look at the difference between him and Rasmus. There's not really anything. I think The thing with Joshua Zirkzee that gets a lot of people frustrated is, he's got a very lackluster style of play. He's clearly not very quick. He doesn't seem that mobile. He doesn't really jump for the headers. So I kind of understand why, I was annoyed with him. Don't get me wrong, I was not happy with him. But you're looking at someone that looks quite lethargic, whereas Rasmus, I suppose he does run around a lot, but Rasmus can't hold the ball. I'm seeing Rasmus, moan and get on at players. What is Rasmus bringing to this team? Very, very little. He's not bringing much. Harry Maguire, letting Isak go on that first goal, nowhere near him. Harry Maguire is supposed to be the dominant centre back. Look at the likes of Rio Ferdinand, John Terry, Virgil van Dijk. Harry Maguire cost £80 million. £80 million we spent on Harry Maguire. And we never ever talk about that with him. So we're quick to blame Zirkzee. We're quick to blame Anthony. Don't forget Harry Maguire cost £80 million. How much is Harry Maguire going to go for? 10? How much could you get for Harry Maguire? 10 million? 10 or 20? Not good enough for the club. So there's so many players out there that you can look at. I really hope that we just don't scapegoat and just bring this all on one player, because I think that's not fair. This is a young player, and he actually has scored some goals this season. Contrary to popular demand, some games he's actually been decent. He's a number 9. You can't play him as a number 10. He's not quick enough. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I think it was wrong of some of the Manchester United fans to boo and jeer at Zirkzee. Ultimately, was he good enough? No. Is he going to be good enough for Manchester United? As of right now, it doesn't look like that. But this is a player that actually does deserve some patience. Other players have been in for 4 or 5 years. You look at someone like Bruno Fernandes, been in for 5 years. Is he good enough as a captain? I don't think so. Bruno Fernandes is 30 years of age, 31 in 2025. Is this a play? Do you think this is a guy that's going to bring us forward? I don't think so. So I think Ruben Amorim has got a lot of things he's got to look at. There's a lot of things that need fixing. If I was Ruben Amorim, I would do what Arteta did. I would pretty much abandon his style of play and just look to get results. Look to get results until you bring in your own players, because these players can't play your style. And, you have to have some personal pride. You can't just lose every single game. If you've got to shut up shop, then you shut up shop for a while. And just make it difficult to beat. I actually think maybe Ruud van Nistelrooy would have been maybe a better appointment until the end of the season. And then you bring Amorim in the summer and bring in his players. It's a mess. It's a mess. I think the Glazers have got a lot to answer for. I think Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos have got a lot to answer for. So it's very, very difficult times for Manchester United fans. Those are my thoughts on what's going on. I appreciate you guys, as always, for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, as that helps us grow a lot. Massively appreciated. And I'll make sure to see you guys on the next one.